Hello everyone, we are STEM Project Team 49.
My name is Angel Jen.
My name is Jasper Si.
Hey Jasper, do you know the COVID-19 between 2019 to 2023?
Of course, COVID-19 killed a lot of people, and most people didn't realize that they got COVID.
Absolutely.
Our motivation is as follows. First, people are seldom aware of their sickness. Second, it is difficult to monitor and care for many people simultaneously. In this presentation, we will shed light on how HIW works and solve these problems. Join us as we delve into our new generation technique. Is there any product or method to measure people's health conditions automatically?
Yes, there is a product. It is called HIW, Health is Well.
Oh, what a cool thing!
Let me explain to you. HIW designs have two products. One is the sensor of 5 by 3 centimeters dimensions. Another is the modem, 10 centimeters squared dimensions. The sensor can scan our bodies and send data to the modem simultaneously. When the modem receives the data, it will start to process the data. If the modem detects body abnormalities, it will analyze and provide suggestions to the app. About the sensor details, there are 4 functions of equipment. There are facial recognition camera, LED light, respiration scanner, and heart rate monitor. Facial recognition camera can recognize identity. Infrared light can detect body temperature. Respiration scanner can detect respiration activities. Heart rate monitor can measure our heart rate. HIW has 4 functions. It works automatically to measure heartbeat, temperature, respiration, and makes analysis. Before executing jobs, standards for each function is set. For heartbeat, the default value will be 60 to 100 BPM. Temperature will be 36 to 37.5 degrees, and the breathing rate will be 10 to 20 times per minute.
Wow, what an amazing product it is! It can detect our bodies with many functions, but how can we track our health conditions?
There is an app to let us check out.
Ape?
Moving on to the app interface, we can check abnormal data. When the modem detects body abnormalities, it will send notification to let the user become aware. Then the app will display real-time health conditions. Later, the app provides feedback of possible suggestions for users to accept or reject.
So, can you give me an example?
Of course. Let's look at our example of 2 possible scenarios. When you receive notification, you will be aware whose health conditions has a problem by a picture display of face imaging. Then the app will send suggestions for treatment. You can choose to accept or reject. After 5 minutes, the sensors remeasure same target. If the data is still abnormal, it will resend another suggestion.
And then strategically, if we have HIW, then we don't need to detect our body on our own. Besides, we can immediately be aware if our body has problem or not.
I strongly agree with your points, but I have some questions. How does the system operate HIW? Is there any flow chart?
Yes, it is. This is our flow chart. First, the scanner will scan and collect the information, and time interval, position, and mode will alter according to the setting conditions. All data will be transferred to the modem where information processing and generated suggestions. When it is done, phone application will display our final data.
Can you clearly explain the open loop and closed loop system? I am curious about how the systems work.
No problem. We have utilized several closed-loop and open-loop systems in HIW. First, data collection by the sensor using open-loop. Input, which is our desired output, collects all the information from targets. And the controller is the scanner. It instructs the controller action to do the process detect in-range targets. Actual output information is collected. Next, transfer from scanner to modem using open loop. Input transfers the information to the modem. The controller is the scanner. The process is to transmit the information collected. Actual output information is now in the modem. Analyze use open loop. Input to examine the information received and make suggestions when abnormal. The controller is the modem. The process is to conduct measurements. The actual output is information is analyzed, and it will make suggestions when abnormal. Suggestions are done using closed loop. Input make appropriate suggestions to relieve the abnormalities. The controller is our modem and make a controller action which is our process, making the suggestion. The actual output is an appropriate suggestion to user. The feedback element is an analysis of the constitution and medical case of illness of the person which gives the feedback to the controller that makes the suggestion change. And the cycle between the feedback element, controller, and the process is ongoing until it makes the appropriate suggestion which is our actual output. Then transfer from the modem to the ape using open loop. The input transfers the information and suggestions to the ape. The controller is the modem. The process is to send the information and suggestions. The actual output is information and the suggestions are in the ape. Data display on the ape using open loop. The input shows the real-time data and the suggestions. The controller is the ape. The process is to show the data and suggestions on the ape. Actual output, data, and suggestions are displayed on the ape. Notifications using open loop. Input notify the user of abnormal findings. The controller is the ape. The process is to collect and send the data which is different from the standard. Actual output, the user will get a notification about the abnormalities and possible solutions. The timing interval using closed loop. Input detect all the abnormalities in the area. The controller is our scanner. The process is to vary the time intervals. The actual output is varied to appropriate time interval which can detect all the abnormalities precisely. The feedback element is an analysis of the severity of the abnormalities, which gives the feedback to the controller that makes the time interval changes. And the cycle is ongoing until it makes the appropriate time interval which is our actual output.
Let's see. Product mode using closed loop. Input. Set the appropriate mode according to the condition. The controller is the scanner. The process is to change mode. The actual output is the system will be in sleep mode when the target is absent and in active mode when targets are logged in. The feedback element is an analysis of the people's location, which gives the feedback to the controller. That's a little bit sophisticated.
Ha ha ha, that's true.
Maybe we should conclude in another conditions to make it easier to understand. First, HIW will scan the room to detect human presence, then transfer a message to the passive infrared sensor. If the room is empty, HIW will turn to sleep mode until it detects a target. Upon detection, it will instruct the passive infrared sensor to scan the targets, then send the information to the modem. After the modem receives and processes, information will be transferred to apps so users can browse the data.
After listening to the condition you say, it is comprehensive.
That's right.
But where can we put the HIW?
HIW is designed for mass monitoring of health conditions in business office, homes, and classrooms.
Oh, I got it. Let's make a conclusion.
In conclusion, HIW offers automatic, contactless health monitoring and a user-friendly interface which allows us to be instantaneously aware of our abnormalities and can easily look up our conditions and suggestions. With HIW, it represents that you have a multifunctional health guardian.
And this is our HIW presentation. Thank you for listening.